What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to another Draw On Me video. Where essentially what we do is fill up these full page sticker pages and create a drawing out of them. Today we got blue and green. That's all we got left of the 4-pack, the 5-pack, 4-pack, because we gave one pen one mom. That's alright. Next time we'll have the other 5, the other one, so we'll make it 5. Today we're back outside again. Pretty nice to be outside. It's a nice day. I mean, that's what springtime is. Every day is about nice, tolerable weather to go outside and do something. I see this is a perfect opportunity to do this, to work on ourselves. You know, give it another shot to maybe make a living out of something. So we could go get some groceries. Hey. If not, no worries. Alright, we'll struggle till we get there. I mean, just struggle till you don't have to no more, but you gotta enjoy it. Sometimes, like, these drawings, they could be like, not even just these ones on these sticker pages that I've been recording, but like in the sketchbooks, they could be a lot shorter than, you know, other drawings, and that's alright. I think it's alright because I definitely put in my 100% effort to it. Before, when I was like drawing all day, every day, shit like that, it was more like not effort, you know, like I was just doing it to do it, fill up the page, move on, and shit, hopefully it could carry me somewhere, you know. I was chasing popularity and shit, you know, so I could get some money, essentially, you know, like, so I could, thinking that, you know, I was ignorant, thinking like that shit'll cure every issue I got. Not necessarily, because having gone through the struggle of, you know, mentally, when I was going through it, you know, something I just said right there, you know, everything I just said right there wouldn't have been something I would have probably, I wouldn't say not admitted to, but I wouldn't have realized. Because I feel like to, you know, to grow and learn, you have to fail, obviously, but you have to admit it, like, admit it to yourself, you know. If you're not honest with yourself, you're not going to be honest with nobody. No matter how embarrassing or, you know, painful the truth is, if you're not honest with yourself, everyone has problems and addictions, you know, whether it be, you know, healthy problems or healthy addictions. It depends on, you know, them, like, is this good or is this bad? But any addiction could be bad, you know, like, that's, you know, that don't even sound like a good word, but I think if it's, you know, naturally balanced, it's just you're addicted to the growth and the progress of it, you know, not stuck on the results. Let's say I uploaded another 100 videos and all just no views. Maybe like one every, like, once in a while. Like one view. You know, if I got, you know, stuck up on, damn, ain't nobody seeing this shit, it wouldn't take me far. You know, it could be like 10 more videos, no views, and I started thinking that's, you know, that same shit, ain't nobody seeing this. What's the point of trying, right? Or trying to keep doing it. And that's where, like, most people fail at, because they probably think that way, you know, stuck up on the results instead of, like, the process of it. Like the first, like, few times it could be like, it could be like confusing or even like stressful at times, making you like stop before you even start, right? But I think once you find out like a solution and you're able to adjust to this, you know, it becomes like easier, and you just start doing that shit fast. Like setting up what you gotta set up. Like for me, like setting up the camera and figuring out like what I need, I guess. I mean, it wasn't like an issue like that I was stuck on for a while, because I've done it before. But setting up, like, you know, where am I gonna set up, or how am I gonna set up in this area, that's where like an issue was an issue for me. And you know, it's been like, this is like video 10 now, so it's been 9 other videos before this, and shit, it didn't even take long for me to be like, I know what I need and I got it right here. Set it up in like within the next like less than 5 minutes. You know, if it's a perfect like opportunity, like nobody's gonna bother me, shit, I'm gonna do it, because the time's gonna pass anyways. I think this is one of my most productive things to be doing, because I'm drawing anyways, or reading or something, right? I mean, nobody wants to fucking watch a video of someone reading a book, or, you know, silently to themselves. I'm not talking about audio recordings, that's different, or they're reading out loud, you know. But I've seen videos like of people, even small YouTubers, they do like one video and then they don't pop up on my YouTube feed no more, or whatever. I like watching that shit. It don't matter what it is, like someone finds interest in it, and even if that's not what they're directly interested in doing themselves in their own life, people find interest in it too, that have no care in the world to want to do it themselves. Like, I used to watch these videos of this guy, I think it was I think his name was like Detail Geek, and just in his garage, like, he has like a whole like little sewer system or something, like on the floor, so that when he's like done power washing, like all that water, it doesn't stay there. And like his whole setup's in his garage or something, and I thought it was just pretty cool. I used to watch that shit for hours, like watching him, because he's just cleaning cars. And cleaning your car, like, there's like the basic levels of doing things. Like everyone, you know, you gotta clean your car, maintain your health, right? Because when you bring your lady or your man around, you know, you wanna, you know, basically dress to impress, right? Like, you don't want them walking in, you got, you know, cups on the floor and shit like that, old bottles, crunch dip. Like, oh, I meant to get that out of here. Like, nah, bruh, come on now. But then there's like shit that he does. He takes it to like an expertise level. There's like the basic level and then taking it like to an expertise level. In the middle is like someone wanting to take it to expertise level, and they're just learning, you know. But expertise level is like they, you know, damn near made a business out of it, or they take it more serious. It's, you know, it's more than just like grab the vacuum and grab the stain lifter and, you know, wipe the windshields. Take the car seats, take the car, like the seats out, you know, nitpick everything, and, you know, get every crevice and surface. You know, being honest, not everybody cares to do shit like that on their own. But this guy's doing it, and he's recording it, and that's what makes it pretty interesting. You know, that's just an example of it. From my own experience that I've noticed, you know. That's why I think it's like important to have things that interest you, like a hobby. Like I said, like, anything could be a hobby, but you have like too many, like you end up not doing shit. You end up overthinking. You know, it's the choice of paradox. Like, if I'm doing this, obviously I'm not reading or, you know, writing. So, and it's not like it's on my mind, like, oh fuck, maybe I'm choosing the wrong thing, but I'm not putting time towards that. You know, so it's like, you can't be professional, expertise in everything. You could do it. Like, you could do like, do it for fun and shit. Like, just do it to do it. Do it to move your body. Do it to get your mind going. But you know, not everyone's gonna be like fucking pro at everything, you know. You know, most of us pro at anything. And I think that's alright, you know. Like, nothing wrong with that. Because I think there's doing things for fun and then doing it because it's your job and shit. Once you start getting paid for it, then eventually you start getting paid more for it. And, you know, depending on the person, everyone's probably gonna get addicted, you know, or enjoy it. Probably not addicted, but I mean, maybe it's a high possibility addicted to the rush of the money, the amount of money they're making. And they can get burnt out, right? Because they're like, they work so hard for this, so I'm gonna keep doing it now. I'm gonna keep doing it even more, because now I got an audience. So I wanna, you know, basically, like, I wanna bring in the numbers, right? Some shit like that. I think it could be bad. but in the sense of like, not really. It probably sparks their interest for a little bit, not a whole lot, but I think that's what matters too. Like they worked, so hard to get where they needed to, they wanted to be, I guess. Maybe they needed to be there. They needed to start making money and shit. So, so they started doing it even more. It's so much more than before, that it ends up burning them out way quicker than they would have if they were just doing it for fun. And I think that's where healthy balance comes in, like knowing how to manage yourself. Because you're your own person, and everyone gets tired. So you gotta take breaks, take a moment. I went to like this like baby shower a few like days ago, and there was, at the table that we were sitting at, there was this lady that I met that was a teacher, and she was a teacher. She was a former teacher to the to the lady having the baby. And the teacher was telling me, like, she's been a teacher for a long time, and that she taught like freshmen. I think she said freshmen. She's teaching like high school students, but the younger version of high school students. So after a while, she was saying she got burnt out, and she needed a break. Shit, it don't matter what it is. You don't gotta be a fucking, like I said, not everybody's gonna be an expert at everything or at anything, and that's alright, cause it's probably shit that you wouldn't have enjoyed anyways, Cause I mean, it takes a lot to get there, and if you don't love the process of it, you're too stuck up on the results, it's gonna be a hard time, Because you can, taking a loss is gonna be normal. It's gonna happen one way or another. But if you can't lose, you can't win. And if you don't lose, you don't win. So you gotta accept that you're gonna lose, and accept that so well to the point that if it just happens, that's alright, you could try it again. Some opportunities are different. It takes a little bit longer to get back to that point, but it makes you the better person, better player, to just keep trying and, try it harder, try again. Maybe, just keep practicing, keep doing it. Because I think about it a lot. I'll be just going throughout my days, and I'm like, and I remember I like touched on the topic already, but like, no one's born good at anything, We're all little babies at one point. And there's differences in everybody. Maybe people just have natural skill to just pick up things a little bit quicker. Others, maybe majority, don't. And that's perfectly fine. Because it ends up being that those that don't have natural talent to just pick it up real quick and get good at it real quick, whatever it may be, they end up wanting to, they end up taking it farther, enjoying it, That ends up being their interest, their hobby. in a Bills character. You know, nobody likes a showboat. It could be funny, but it could be way more unenjoyable than funny. You know, because then you start thinking, you know, the absolute worst for that person. Like, man, you're gonna get what you deserve. Feel me? You keep running your mouth like that. You'll get it one day, and it's gonna be bad. Because it's gonna be just somebody that you don't even expect it'll be, right? Hey, I don't really be doing like characters like that have like legs or shit, but that'd be pretty funny, right? So let's fucking do it. Give it some boots or something too. I don't know. Because it ends up being those showboats too that, you know, the cockiness, the loudness, that end up being, you know, they can't take a loss. They've won so much, right, that it ends up building an ego. But then when they finally do take that loss, it's a lot harder on them, on their mind. So their downfall's a lot quicker than somebody that's lost, you know, 100 times but won 1,000 times, but it's still on their record, right? Compared to like 20 wins but 0 losses is like 0 ties, right? Now, which one sounds better to me? I think the numbers speak facts. So I'm going with 1,000. I'm going with 100 losses, 1,000 wins. That sounds like, you know, that sounds like the person that done went through it a few times, compared to the other person who didn't. They get to just run their mouth. They earned that, but don't get me wrong, they earned that. But they'll also earn that loss too when it happens. Like, I was watching this movie, I forgot what it's called, but Conor McGregor's in it. And honestly, I wouldn't have never guessed, like, well, I mean, I guess, but I wouldn't have never known that he was, like, arrogant too, you know? Like, I didn't know that. I don't like be like watching UFC like that. The only time, like, I don't put it on for myself. You know, if it's on because my dad put it on, then I'm watching it with him. If it's interesting, right? Most of the time it's kind of not. So I just move on. Anyways, there, you know, my mom comes in and she's like, "Oh, like, what you guys doing? What you watching?" And she sees him on the screen. She sees Conor McGregor, and then they start talking about it. Like, he was like arrogant, you know. He has that arrogant personality and boastfulness to himself. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. I actually kind of thought the opposite. I didn't know that. I don't know why I thought the opposite. I just didn't know about him. I didn't know him, you know. And then my mom was telling me, she's like, he like went into a fight, like being loud and like, you know, whatever, and then like within a few like minutes or seconds or something, he lost. I don't know if he sustained an injury or something, but he lost real quick, basically. I was like, oh damn, like, I know he was good, but I was like, I don't know he was loud about his skill. So I think being able to take a loss builds character. And it's, it's alright to lose. It may not feel the best. Nobody fucking likes to lose, but nobody likes a loser. And you're only a loser if you don't try, right? So if you're trying, you're doing something. Shit. I don't think you're a loser. There's actually a lot of people in that same boat. That same situation. They're struggling with trying to figure themselves out. Figure out what to do. Whether they're older than you or maybe for some reason younger than you. Stressing about that type of stuff. They got the same thoughts on their mind. Like, damn, I haven't made it yet. I haven't made money yet. I haven't made enough money yet to provide and buy things for the people around me. So it's no other way to think about myself than poorly, right? That's wrong, bruh. As long as you're trying, I believe that's effort. I believe that's good effort. Because I remember being told, like, what I was doing was good. Whether I'm getting paid for it or not, whatever it was, it's good because you could be doing a lot worse. Yeah, I started thinking about that. Oh yeah, that's a good perspective because I don't feel like I have a lot of opportunity to just go out and start doing worse, do bad for money, but I also don't think like things like that are like hard to find if you're looking for it. For some reason, it could be easier to find things that aren't meant for you than things that are meant for you. It seems like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I definitely feel like I've had more experience just walking down the street or skating, and then like have an interaction. Like just yesterday, I had an interaction with this guy. It's like he looked about my age, and he's just riding his scooter or some shit, his electric scooter. He asked me if I could do like a ollie up the curb. I was like, oh, I could try it. I mean, I didn't do it. I didn't land. Like I got up the curb, but I didn't land it. Or I didn't stick the landing, so I wouldn't count it. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he's telling me what he's doing. He's like, I'm about to go up to the 7-Eleven and meet up with the plug, and I'm about to buy this and that. And I was thinking about buying this and that. I was like, what the fuck? Alright, bro. So I was like, alright. And, cause that's like hella random, right? But you're not gonna walk down the, like, I mean, it could happen. Don't get me wrong, but some guys like, offers you like a job opportunity. Hey, you wanna, mow my lawn, and I'll give you like $20 for it. Like, yeah, like I said, like it's a lot easier to find things not meant for you than things that are, Cause that sounds hella cool. Mow your lawn? $20? Hell yeah. And then you look at it, it's not even that bad. Like, bro, what? You could do this shit on your own, bro. Come on now. And I don't even think it has to be money related. Like, that just happens to be the example. But like, you could be driving and like cars are getting mad, like I remember one time like I was like going to school and like I'm going the speed limit and shit. Other cars like going the same speed as me, you know, we're not passing each other up, so I guess, you know, it's both speed limit. And then there's a car behind us trying to like behind me honking and shit. I look up and it's this lady all mad and shit. So I don't give a fuck, bro. You're not gonna honk at me, like I'm not speeding nothing, bro. Like it's a busy ass street, bro. I'm cool. I'm cool, bro. You could disagree. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. Driving's the most dangerous sport ever, bro. I'm alright with that. But anyways, it's a morning, you know. So whatever this lady's late to be at, you know, that's my fault. Nah, bro. I'm cool. And it wasn't a little tap honk. This lady was like, you know, violating her horn. I didn't like slow down or nothing, but I just like, I was like, I'm not speeding up, bro. Nah, you're not gonna get it out of me, bro. Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool, bro. You run that shit by somebody else, but you can't get it with me now. I always kind of feel like recently, like the past like 2 videos that I've been doing, like the second drawing kind of like comes out a little bit better, just cause like I said, like one time, like I don't gotta be like it's, things are better when they come out, like they come out better when I take my time, right? But like I don't want the videos being hella long. So I'm like, and it could change, you know. I just want to, like, I've had these sticker pages for like a few months now, and I originally bought them because I wanted to like try to make some money off of it, and it didn't work like that, but that's alright, you know, because I want to make these, and shit, I'll just give them away to somebody I know. Like I don't even gotta know them, like it could just, like I could just have them in the car, right? And I meet somebody so cool, and I'm like, you know what, here, I got something for you, bruh. And it's a, like, and I tell them, you know, I could tell them, and I can imagine myself telling them, and they're being so like amazed, like not by the art itself, but like that the art is a sticker. Like, wouldn't that be so cool? Like, you go to like the park, and you meet some jackass, and he's just fucking around, and like he kind of, you know, you have a good ass interaction, and out of nowhere he's like, hold on, bro, I got something for you real quick, and he comes back with like this, like some shit like this, bro, and he says like it's a sticker, bro, like you can put it on things, it's a sticker. Like, what? That's cool, because, you know, if you look at 2 of them, they're not the same. They're different. Because they're, you know, they're obviously, right, they're fucking hand drawn, obviously. So they're not like printed, but I don't know, like, I think since I just have loose papers, I never really liked drawing on just loose papers. I've always just liked my shit in the sketchbook. but I had a different reason for buying these loose papers. It didn't work out the way I thought it would. I'm alright with that. I mean, I could move on with that. Like, in the beginning of this series, I would say, like, I'm posting these on eBay. And the past, like, 2 videos, including this one, I haven't said that. So I'm not gonna. I won't take those posts down, but shit, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't really know how to work all that shit. They get put up as an auction. And then it keeps getting, like, relisted. I'm like, you know what, bro, fuck this shit. I don't even got space on my email for you to be sending me emails about nothing. So I'm gonna just stop, bro, cause it's taking up storage, right? Like, yeah, the original plan was like make some money off of it. Like, I know it could happen, but after doing it and, you know, just putting time towards finishing these up, and even, you know, talking and thinking out loud like this to the camera, I've kind of just gave it some thought, and like, I wouldn't mind just giving these for free, cause shit, I used to have this one friend, and we'd go hang out in his garage. He'd have like a whole gym like in his garage. Like, they were like, he wanted to be like a bodybuilder or something in the future, and we were young. He was like 16, so I might have been 18. And he had the, you know, a fridge for like all his beers, his dad's beers, in the garage. Like, the garage was their spot. And essentially they would have like all their little like their art on there, because I guess his dad liked to tag too and do like art or draw something like that. So he like tagged all their names, you know, like, because it was like a group of them, but they'd all hang out at this one friend spot. And, you know, when I was like thinking like that would be cool, you know, like if they just had like someone like where they just had like a I guess I'll call it like a beater fridge, you know. It's not like the kitchen fridge where it has to like kind of like be, you know, cleaner than the outside fridge, because we're not holding groceries in the outside fridge. But you know, it's like I could see like someone like wanted to put some shit up like this on there, just cause like it kind of like fits the the aesthetic perfectly, you know. That's my thought process to it. Or maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe someone just wants to keep it. They don't want to use it as a sticker. They just want to hold it. It's not. It wouldn't be mine anymore, so that's perfectly fine. I think for like, in order something to really like happen, like it starts with your thoughts, you know. Like, it could be hard. Like, they say like, oh yeah, you can control your thoughts, and it's true. I'm not saying that's wrong. Hell no, you can. You can. But it's hard. And they make it sound like it's so easy, you know. Like, but that's gotta be one of the hardest things ever, right? But I think when you're able to, you know, like it could be, you know, helpful, you know, like not overthinking the simplest shit no more. I was talking to one of the homies a few days ago, and he's younger than me, but I don't know, he's just hella smart. So I was thinking like damn, that kid probably got a lot of like time to himself and shit, you know, a lot of emotions on his mind too, that things that he ain't necessarily getting out of his system, you know, he's not emptying his cup. Like, probably like maybe not holding on to, but and I can understand that. I mean, I feel like that's happened to me a lot of my time. I feel like it happens to everybody, but the people that aren't the best at like kind of, you know, finding an outlet or output, it turns into just kind of overthinking and thinking a lot. But I thought he's just really smart, you know, for being his age, you know. It don't matter how old you are or young. You could be this, you know, hella fucking smart. I see like videos of like children, like kids, damn near like babies. You know, they graduate high school and they're like not even 14. They're not even 10. Like I don't even know how that happens. Like, what school do you gotta be going to do that? Like, is it like a charter school or something? Or probably, right? So that stuff's pretty crazy, but like I always kind of wondered, like how are they able to like you know, who's giving them the opportunity to graduate like that, right? It's a charter school or what? Because I don't think a regular school is like be like, yeah, you graduate right now, some shit like that. I don't know. But I think I remember talking to one of my friends a few years ago, and I say, yo, bro, like be honest, bro, like, do you think you're smart, bro? Like, be honest, bro, like, you know, be honest with me. You're not being arrogant. You're not nothing. Like, do you think you're smart? And he said, yeah, you know, I think I'm smart. He said, you know what? I told him, I was like, you know what? I'll be honest. Like, I think you're smart too, bro. Like, I was gonna wait till you answered, whether you've said yes or no. I would have, you know, I agree. That's a good answer. then I told him, I was like, you know, like, it's more of a tendency for like smart people to like doubt themselves or like get depressed. And he's always been like a really calm guy, like nonchalant even. I don't even remember what he said, because I know it was some shit like, it was some shit like he just kind of like shrugged at, you know, like something like that. Like, we weren't in person when I told him this, or when we were talking, but we were just on my game, and we were just in a party. So, you know, I'm sure he just carried a straight face, you know, pretty average. That's alright. Because it just didn't, you know, that sounds pretty bad, right, you know? Nobody likes feeling that way, but when you're smart, you know things, and your mind is thinking, and you know, not everybody is, you know, or at least it seems like. You run into some people and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why, bruh, you know? Or they just kind of handle rejection in a very poorly way. Like, I've had to say no to some people, or shit just happens, right? Like, I was at the park one time. And the ball is like, you know, hella like, kind of like overly inflated a little bit, so it's bouncing around a lot. And you know, I shoot the ball and it comes flying at me, flying in my direction, but not like where I could catch it. But then there's this guy who's sitting on a bench, or he's trying to sit down, and it like whips right past his head. It didn't hit him or anything, but he was all fucking mad, giving angry faces and shit. And we just stared at each other. I'm like, bro, that's not my fault, bro. At least I don't feel like it is. Like, I couldn't control that, you know. I'm out here trying to shoot the ball, and you're sitting in the opposite direction of the fucking basketball court. Like, how the fuck are you gonna defend yourself? You're not even looking. Feel me? It's like getting into a fight and like blindfolding yourself. Like, come on now, bruh. Or another time, this lady's like running with her, like walking with her kid, like through the middle of the court, and that shit, like, same thing, like whips past her head. Like, she started saying something in her language. I don't know, bruh. I think I already talked about this. She's all fucking mad, bruh. Like, alright, bruh, come on now. Like, is that not common sense to think, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, you know, walk through where, you know, balls are flying and shit or something? I don't know. Anyways, this is what we got. This is what we finished with. Appreciate y'all for watching.